Hello everyone. So, I just finished up participating in the Godot Wild Jam number 54 and wanted to post a wrap-up video of how everything went. This is a monthly game jam organized around the Godot game engine, which I've been using for about a year now. I've been in a few of these jams now, and it seems that I learn something new each time. The theme for this month's jam was curses, and I wanted to see if I could come up with a rogue-style game that fit the theme. My first task was to create a level. I knew about Godot's 3D tileset feature and wanted to try it out, so I started by creating a basic set of 3D tiles. I got to work in Blender and started making some basic floor, wall, and staircase tiles, all fit to a 2x2 grid. I also created some extra features like doors and spike traps, but they ended up getting cut because I ran out of time. With my tile set done, I was ready to start building my first level. I fired up Godot and this happened. Yeah, it looks like the 3D grid map feature wasn't ready in the version 4 yet. Luckily, version 3.5 also has the grid map, and it was working fine there. I was able to import my tile set and got to work making my first level. Next, I needed to make some characters. I was thinking of using a 2D cutout animation style, like you see in games like Don't Starve Shipwrecked or Cult of the Lamb. I threw together a 2D character in Blender as a test and exported it. Unfortunately, the process didn't go smoothly. Blender's exporters can't handle flipbook style animations, which meant I couldn't animate my character's facial expressions. I could have tried writing my own exporter, but this would have taken much too long. So instead, I decided to reuse some 3D characters I had already made. Next up was the character controller. I had taken several stabs at writing character controllers before, but had never been satisfied with what I had come up with. In particular, I really wanted my character to be able to climb stairs smoothly, something which I'd never gotten working properly before. I finally came up with a solution where I imagined my character to be like a balloon floating above the ground, and modeled the physics around that. It worked a lot better than what I had before, and best of all, stairs were no longer a problem. The thing which I spent most of my time on was the character AI. Games typically use state machines to keep track of what the characters are currently doing, and while this does help simplify things, state machines themselves can become huge and hard to manage if you keep all your code in a single file. To help split things up, I decided to make each state in the state machine into its own node and created another node to manage the entire group. The result was not only a lot easier to work with, but made it possible to configure each of these states in the editor too. Finally, with one day left, I decided to compose a piece of music for the game so that I didn't get a 0 in the audio ranking. I really liked the Chrono Trigger soundtrack and drew some inspiration from Yasunori Mitsuda as I was working. I wrote it using MuseScore, and here's how it turned out. So, it was a pretty intense jam, all in all. I got a lot of work done and learned a few new things too. As always, I wish I had had more time to work on it, and continue to work on it, and hope to eventually turn it into a finished game. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you got something out of this.